Good morning, children. I hope you all are fine. I welcome you all to this session of mathematics. And we are on to chapter 7, which is fractions. Right, children? It's a very interesting chapter. God Himself has created this chapter, it seems. You see an orange, you peel it off, and you will see small fractions of the orange inside it. Right? The clock itself, an hour is having fractions, and which are called minutes. Right, the hour itself is having fractions which are called minutes, and then minute is having fractions called second. Right, in flowers you see different petals are there, which are the fraction of the flower. In class 4th we had learned ordering of fractions, equivalent fractions, types of fractions, addition and subtractions of like fractions. Right, now we shall learn how to add and subtract unlike fractions, and also how to multiply and divide two fractions. Before we go ahead, let us recall what we have learnt in class 4th. First, write the fraction for 3/5. See, it is 3/5. So the first word will become the numerator, and then the second one will be denominator. This is 3/5, right? The answer to the first one will be this. Okay. Now the second one. Write down the fractional number for 2 upon 3. So it's just the opposite of the first one. You will write, it will be 2/3. 2/3, right? Just as it is written here. In the top it is written 3/5. You will write 2 dash thirds. Now the third one, which is greater, 4 upon 9 or 7 upon 9? Now you all know that um, 7 is always greater than 4, right? So if 7 is greater than 4, then 7 upon 9 will be always greater than 4 upon 9, right? Because what it means is that if we are having 9 things of the total, then 7 part of that will always be greater than 4 part of it, right? Okay. Fourth, write an equivalent fraction of 4 upon 9 with a numerator 12. Now, equivalent fraction, how it is written, we multiply numerator and denominator by the same number. Now we see in this question, fourth one, we are on to this, children. Here we know that 4 into 3 is equal to 12, right? So what we will be doing is, we will be multiplying numerator and denominator by 3, and so then the numerator will be 12 and we will be getting the answer. See how I am showing it to you. So firstly we will write 4 upon 9, then into 3 there, into 3 here. So what we will be getting, we will be getting 12 upon 9 threes are, it is 27, right? So that will be the equivalent fraction of 4 upon 9, right? And this is how you will be doing this exercise, right? I leave the rest of the questions to you to do. Now, reducing fractions to the lowest term. By reducing a fraction to the lowest term, we mean dividing the numerator and denominator simultaneously by a number till division by 1 is only possible, right? The number should be common to both numerator and denominator. Remember this. It should be a multiple of both, right? Suppose the first number is 8 upon 2. Both numerator and divider are divisible by 2. We divide both by 2 simultaneously. Now see here, what happens is, when we are dividing it by 2, we get 4 upon 7. Now 4 is an odd number, even number, and 7 is an odd number, and there is no number which divides 4, 7 both, right, except 1. So we have finally reached the lowest fraction, right? We have reached the lowest fraction. Okay. Now we see this B part, book 15 upon 21. Both numerator and denominator are divisible by 3. So we divide them by 3 and get 5 upon 7. Similarly for 45 by 40 we see 5 and we get 9 upon 8. Now let us do exercise 7.1. The first one is 10 upon 22. Right? 10 upon 22. We write here 10 and we write here 22. Right? Both are even numbers, so they will be divisible by 2. So we are dividing by 2, we get 10 divided by 2 we get 5 here, right? And in place of 2 we get 11, right? And there is no common multiple which divides 5 or 11, both the numbers. So our answer will be 5 upon 11, right? Okay, now we go to the B part, which is 18 upon 33. Similarly, we will be writing these two numbers, 18 by 33, right? And we know that 3 is the common number with which 18 and 33 can be divided, because 3 6 are 18 and 3 11s are 33. So we will be dividing them by 3. We get 6 at the top and 11 at the bottom, and we get the answer as 6 upon 11. Right, children? And this is how you need to do this exercise, right? I'm sure you will be able to do it. Now we come to the types of fraction. If in a fraction the numerator is less than the denominator, the fraction is said to be proper fraction, right? Because if there are 11 parts of anything, then out of that 7 part you can give to somebody, right? That is correct. 5 upon 12 are proper fractions. If the fraction, the numerator is more than the denominator, then the fraction is said to be improper fraction, right? 8 upon 7. There are 7 parts and you have to give 8, right? Now how you will be doing it? You will be taking another one and then further dividing it into 7, and then first one you will be giving it completely, and from the second one you will be giving 1, right? So these are improper fractions. Now example 2. Which of the following fractions are proper and which are improper? First is 12 upon 17. Yeah, numerator is less than the denominator, so this is proper. B, 10 upon 13, same here, proper. Now 13 upon 9, here numerator is greater than the denominator, so it becomes an improper fraction. And similarly D also, 7 upon 6, it's an improper fraction, right? Now we come to mixed fractions, right? Now we come to mixed fractions, right? Now you must have also heard sentences like these. What will be the cost of 2.5 liters of milk? I am 5.25 feet tall. What are 2.5, 5.25, 4 3/4, etc.? They are mixed fractions, right? They are called so because they have two parts, one number part and the other is a fractional part, right? So see, 2 and a 1 by 2, it means 2 plus 1 by 2 and is written as 2 1 by 2, right? 5 and 1 by 2, so it is written as 5 plus 1 by 4 and it is written as 5 1 by 4, representing an improper fraction as a mixed fraction. Now how we do it? It's 23 by 5, right? Let us take this, and the solution is we divide the numerator by denominator and we obtain the quotient and the remainder. Then the mixed fraction is quotient remainder upon divisor. See, let me show this to you how it is being done here, right? See, the first fraction is, let me take um, 23 by 5, right? See children, 5 I am writing here. I will be dividing 23 by 8. So we get 5 4s are 20, right? And then the remainder is 3, right? So our answer will be 4 3 upon 5. Is it clear, children? Okay. Now we move to the next one, which is 2 1 by 3 as an improper fraction. It is very simple. You multiply 2 and 3 and then add 1. Not 2 3s are 6 and 1 will be 7, right? So here what we have done is 2 1 by 3. This will be equal to 2 into 3 plus 1 upon 3. So we will be getting 7 by 3. Right, children? This is how this is done. Right? Now in exercise 7.2 you have to write them as mixed fractions, 7 and 1/3. So this will straight away become nothing, and means plus. So this will be 7 1 by 3. 3 and 2 by 13. So 3 2 by 13, right? Like that you have to do it. Okay. Express each of the following as mixed fractions. This is 17 upon 7. So you will divide 17 by 7. We get 7 2s are 14. So 2 whole number, and remainder will be 3. 3 at the numerator and 7 as the denominator, right? And this is how you have to do this exercise. Right, children? So I stop here. I hope you enjoyed this session as much as I did in making it. And until we meet again, it's a goodbye.